Buenas, Vanessa.
And we are late to the party, and we've got a first look, a special look at James Gunn's upcoming Superman film.
Yes.
We went to a concert last night, and then they dropped this before we left.
Yeah.
And then all the shit just hit the fan, apparently, online.
Yeah, I didn't read any of it because I didn't want to get spoiled on like what is being shown. But yes, there is a Discord happening around the sneak peek for Superman. So I'm curious to see what exactly they're giving us in this sneak peek.
Discourse. But the key players that are usually upset about things are upset once again, and others upset at each other for being upset at each other. I don't know. But we figured we'd check it out because we're gluttons for punishment. So, we're going to watch this special look. If you want to subscribe, we've got movie reactions again on the channel. We just dropped Companion today. Well, whenever, Friday. We're going to do movies again on the weekends, right? Like, that's what we did growing up. So we're going to be
doing
ahead
to Blockbuster and you find yourself going straight for the new release movies and watching whatever came out.
And you can check that out. Or you already skipped it and you're already watching us do the reaction, in which case, if you didn't and you're seeing this, appreciate you. But let's get into this special look for Superman, James Gunn's Superman. Now. Soft landing, I guess.
The snow broke his fall.
Put some ice on it. Man, he got messed up. What kicked your ass? Dog comes running over. What up, Soups?
Coming in hot.
It's like our dog when she hears the car horn.
Oh,
buddy.
I want to play. Let's play. Let's play right now. That's like when you get off work, you're like, no, I can't. Not right now.
Oh, he doesn't know.
Take me home.
Tonight. Yeah, you know something's up. You know something's up. Come on, Lassie. Let's go.
Home.
Getting some of the music, though.
Yeah. Welcome to the Fortress of Solitude.
With his symbol etched under the door.
Hello, Crypto. Welcome home.
Superman!
Helpers.
Now lift with the legs.
Thank you.
No need to thank us, sir, as we will not appreciate it. We have no consciousness whatsoever.
Is that Alan Tudyk?
Meet 12. She's new.
He looked at me.
At least they have personality.
A dose of yellow sun will have you up and at 'em in no time.
Up and at them.
292 times Saharan Prime, please, one.
It does sound like Alan Tudyk, doesn't it? Yeah. Get that sunny D.
Getting that spray tan.
That vitamin D.
It's cooking you back together.
He's back.
I feel like this is just like the trailer that we already saw, right? It's all the same.
Some of the stuff, yeah.
Oh no! Well, now we know one of those robots. Probably
Could
the
it
one
be
that's
12?
new. Interesting. So, I do think the part where Lex is like he's back. I don't remember him saying he's back in like the trailer we did a reaction to.
And it could be like slight extensions.
To
some of the stuff that we've already seen.
Sure. Yeah. Crypto. I assume everyone's having issues with just the fact that it's so playful versus what they've wanted before. Like
so innocently polite.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that it's not going to go well with a lot of people because it does feel like it's very squeaky clean. And I'm just getting that because it's a guy with his dog. It feels Lassie. That's what I even said during the reaction, like Lassie. It feels like an old school black and white, like Lassie, come on, go get Timmy in the well. Like, you got to take me back. That's what I grew up watching as a kid, okay? I watched Mr. Ed. Like, I watched The Three Stooges, Shirley Temple. Like, I watched all this, like, very ground level, heartwarming ish that appealed to everybody. And I feel like that's what I just saw here with this clip.
Yeah, the only black and white stuff that I watched was The Twilight Zone and The Munsters. So
I watched The Munsters too, and Addams Family as well. So, but it does feel, it's much more lighthearted in tone. And that's just from what they've shown us. We don't know the stakes in the rest of the movie and the stuff that the villains are going to pull off. And what happened to Clark? What happened to Superman? What happened to him? He got decimated to the point where he can't even get up, and he needs a dog dragging him around, robots to fix him.
Yeah, I'm okay with like the lightheartedness that it brings with crypto and stuff like that. Like dogs are dogs,
We
and
have our dog,
I
yeah.
want to have that element of the dog just being silly and then kind of like not paying attention to you when you're trying to tell him something. Like that's what that's how dogs are. You like have to repeat yourself a little bit unless they're like very, very well trained. I know that you could probably be like, well, Crypto should be very well trained. It's like, yeah, Crypto has like his strengths and powers and stuff.
He's still a dog.
But to the core
He's a dog.
is a dog. So
It's a dog. Yeah.
can I pet that dog?
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it just because it's going to be another take, right? And if you go back,
I'm curious about it.
yeah, like you go back, like there's been different iterations of Superman forever. The animated series, even the animated series before that, with like the Justice League, like the old school animation, like there's going to be different takes, just like in the comic book. So.
I mean, honestly, seeing this, I'm like, okay, I'm curious to watch this movie, but it's not something like, oh my God, this is the most anticipated thing that I want to see.
Right.
But it's also not something that I'm like, oh, I have no interest in seeing. Like, I'm right there, I'm kind of in the middle a little bit where, I don't know, sorry, I almost did this. When I did that.
I mean, you got the mommy, so.
That's true. I didn't mean, but like I'm right down in the
Sucker.
middle in the kind of like there where I feel like, yeah, am curious and I do want to see this movie just to kind of see how this iteration of Superman is versus, the other ones. Because I want to see how he is when I love that transition of being Clark Kent versus being Superman, like how you're trying to be like a normal person, but then you also have that identity of being a superhero. And I like that dynamic. And so Christopher Reeves, I think, did a really, really, really good job when it came to being like the bumbly Clark Kent. And then when he had to be Superman, he was like, stand up straight type situation. I love that from the original Superman. So I hope we get some of that in this.
And it has to be there, right? Like you're checking. I hate to use this terminology because so many people talk about it, but you are checking all the boxes when it comes to Superman isms that you do kind of want to see in a Superman story.
Yeah.
And so the bumbliness nature from a 180 of Clark Kent over to Superman, that's one of the fun parts about getting to see a Superman story, a new Superman story, is how he handles, the people around him. But now when it comes to the giant elephant, what is it, elephant in the room? The Snyder Cut. We were talking about it. The Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut was the catalyst for all this animosity and anger. We love the Snyder Cut. I love the Snyder Cut. I don't know how you.
Snyder Cut.
Okay, I don't want to speak for you.
No, I get it. I totally understand because I could have been like, nah, I don't like that one. I like the Joss version. No, I don't like the Joss at all.
Sorry,
I do like the Snyder Cut because it does flesh out the Justice League a little bit more. And when we did get that version of the DC characters, I did enjoy myself for some of the movies. Not all of them, but I did enjoy some of the movies. But I am okay with seeing other people's iteration of these characters as well. I don't have to go and be like, no, this is what I strictly want for the rest of time type situation. I feel like that's kind of where it's going.
Right. Well, what I was gonna say is that the Snyder Cut was the catalyst for all this disappointment for many people. It was pretty much over when it came to what they were going to pursue, at least with Snyder in telling the rest of the stories. And it was the movement of the Snyder Cut, release the Snyder Cut, that eventually did get them to, in fact, allow him to piece it all together and release the Snyder Cut. And they did it, and they put it on the HBO Max. And I don't know how well it did for them. If it had done insane numbers, you better believe they would have kept it going. But It wasn't enough for them to do anything with it. But the thing was, is they were just kind of responding to the outcry and everybody pulling together and saying, we want to see it. We want to know. And the problem is everybody saw that and they're like, all right, let's keep going. And it's like, no, we did that because y'all like seriously tormented us on many different levels to get us to release this cut. Y'all band together. You were loud. Very much so. And then y'all tried to do it again. A lot of you tried to do it again after the Snyder Cut was released and keep it going. And then still to this day putting up that manic fight. And I get it, man. I love the Snyder Cut. I thought it was a great way to flesh out that story. They should have been letting Zack Snyder cook from the beginning and let him take his time and tell the stories. They didn't. And we knew this the second we went from Man of Steel to a Justice League freaking movie, essentially. Like they were putting the crew all together as quick as they can. And it's like, no, take your damn time. And they weren't. But guess what? Those first round of movies was pretty fire. And then we hit that whole issue. It should have led up to the Snyder Justice League. It didn't. Eventually we got it, but the damage had already been done. And unfortunately, we got that Snyder Cut, and that's going to be the end of the story, unfortunately. It's just as business, at least when it comes to a company running a studio. And I know you're saying, well, I can come back and do it and make it. The point is, man, Zaslav. Just Zaslav. That's all you got to say, man. It ain't going to happen. So let's try something new. And if it does amazingly, awesome. And if it doesn't, it's like, bro, what'd you do? Call them out on it, but it's your own opinion that you're calling them out on. It ain't going to be everybody else. So if they love it, cool. If they don't, I get it. If you're just hating, I hate. And there's a lot of you. And, all you can do is just freaking watch it, then form your own opinion. It ain't even out yet. Yeah, that's the crazy part. It ain't even out yet. Y'all freaking out over nothing. You can pick it apart all you want. I
honestly don't understand like the part where it's like you're already judging something before you even see something.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I get it. Sometimes I'll judge something based on it.
You have to. It's part of the game.
It does happen, and I want to get better at that to be more open to like, because you could be surprised and you could go in and be like, oh well, actually, you know what, I did enjoy myself. Yeah. But if you're constantly being like, let me pick out everything that I hate, already starting to hate, then it's, it's already going to be there.
And that's the thing, man, is you're just setting yourself up for failure. You just destroy it, or you prop it up and praise it like heavily. You could lead to disaster in the end. But the point is, everybody going all in on it. Y'all leaning into these opinions about every little thing. Go ahead. You're going to try and pick us apart. Good luck. I'm too lazy. I don't care about what y'all say in the comment section. But at the same time, I get it. You're upset about something that you probably love wholeheartedly, and it ain't going the way you wanted. Join the fucking club, because I've been going through that with a lot of things that I love. That's life. But either way, you still have the originals and the stuff that you do love, and the stuff that never was. It never was, so you don't know. You may have seen it, and it didn't turn out exactly as you wanted, like the sequel trilogy. But what did you think of this clip? You can respond to anything we say, yeah, right? That's a whole can of worms there too. We were having a whole discussion. We were having a whole discussion about this before we flipped on the camera. We knew what was coming.
Yeah, that's true.
Now we even talked about wrestling. You want to do a wrestling podcast thing right now? No, we're not going to. But either way, what you think of the clip, tell us down in the comment section below. You can also like and subscribe.
And did the thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Discord.
All the social networking joints, you know where they are. Kick into the party, fuel the party. Keep the party going on our Patreon, as well as in the member section on our YouTube channel. Gets you the movie reactions that we are doing again. Back to it. I keep wanting to say Constantine. Companion has just released on the channel. We got some fresh faces coming in too, watching movies with us. Godzilla
DC, Constantine, so I get it.
Constantine, yeah, for sure. We wanted to do Daredevil. Like, I know Daredevil, Marvel, but we were talking about like bad movies. We want to do Daredevil and Green Lantern, because those are two of those movies of like the era that we never saw. So I don't know, but strong arm us into it, Snyder fans. But thanks so much, and as always,
now it's time to say goodbye.
This party is over.
Bye.
Bye.